Let's talk about mayonnaise, the creamy spread that makes sandwiches legendary and fries downright fancy. Its history? Juicier than a soap opera. Is it French, Spanish, or the secret of a mysterious mayo cult? We're whisking up the truth about how this eggy emulsion went from ancient kitchens to ruling your fridge. Whether you're a mayo lover or a skeptic, you'll leave this journey with a new appreciation for its many talents, on burgers and salads, or even as a beauty hack. Yes, for your face. It's time to give mayo the spotlight it's been quietly slaying in for centuries. Where did mayo come from, and why is it so awesome? Some say the Romans and Egyptians mixed olive oil and eggs first, but the mayo we love today was born in 1756. A French chef ran out of cream during a victory feast, used olive oil instead, and named it after Mayonnaise, Spain. While the French take credit, the Spanish might say otherwise. Now, some mayo fun facts. Did you know a Burger King chicken sandwich gets 60% of its fat from the mayo? Basically, it's a mayo sandwich with chicken. And yes, there was a mayo eating contest where the winner scored a trip to Mexico. Why not? Then there's Hellmann's, the mayo hero of the 20th century. Richard Hellman sold it by the gallon at his New York deli, and it was such a hit, he went big. By 1927, it was America's favorite. Mayo, the condiment legend we didn't know we needed. The journey of mayo begins on lush farms where free-range chickens strut their stuff, laying fresh, delicious eggs. The factory uses 50 million eggs a year, each getting VIP treatment during inspection. Next, the oil, soybean or canola, not the kind for your car. This silky goodness gives mayo its signature texture. Fun fact, the factory uses 10 million liters of oil a year, enough to drench a ton of potatoes. And the flavor? That irresistible zing comes from tangy vinegar and secret spices like mustard, sugar, and salt. Without these, mayo would just be meh. Now for the magic, transforming these humble ingredients into creamy mayo. First, quality control. Eggs are inspected, no cracks, no drama. The oil, checked for smoothness and purity. Every jar of Hellmann's mayo is top-notch perfection. All right, now we're getting to the good stuff, mixing. This is where the mayo really starts to come together. Imagine giant stainless steel mixers whirring away, combining liquid eggs and vinegar like they're getting ready to create something legendary. But the real secret to that creamy mayo texture? It's the oil. The oil gets added slowly and carefully, because if you pour it in too fast, it'll turn into a lumpy mess, and nobody wants that. Fortunately, Hellmann's mixers are spot on, adding just the right amount of oil at the perfect speed to keep everything smooth and silky. Once the oil is mixed in, it's time for the flavor party to start. In go the salt, sugar, and just a little bit of mustard, all working together to make sure the mayo has that iconic taste we can't get enough of. At the end of this step, you've got a perfectly creamy, uniform mixture that looks just like the mayo you know and love. Thanks to some top-notch tech and precision, every batch is guaranteed to have that smooth, delicious texture. But before we can slap a lid on these jars and send them out into the world, there's one more important step to make sure each batch is as perfect as the last. Stay tuned for the final touch. After we've got the creamy mayo base just right, it's time for a crucial step: pasteurization. This is when the mayo mixture is heated to around 72 degrees Celsius to kill off any harmful bacteria. But don't worry, this step doesn't mess with the flavor or texture. The trick here is to get the temperature just right. Too high, and you could risk ruining that smooth, velvety texture. Too low, and it won't do its job. So the pasteurization process is carefully controlled to make sure the mayo stays safe, creamy, and delicious, ready for you to enjoy without a second thought. Once that's done, the mayo is good to go. You can trust that each jar has gone through the proper safety checks while still keeping all the flavor and creamy goodness we love. Once the mayo is ready, it's time to fill those jars, and it happens fast. The freshly made mayo flows through pipes to the jars, which are lined up on conveyor belts like soldiers waiting for action. The filling machine swoops in, making sure each jar gets the perfect amount. No mess, no fuss, just smooth, creamy mayo. These machines are incredibly precise, filling hundreds of jars per minute with spot-on accuracy. Like having a mayo robot that knows exactly how much to pour every time. After the mayo's in, each jar gets sealed tight, keeping air out and freshness in. No spills, no leaks, just airtight goodness that'll stay fresh until it lands in your pantry. And then it's time for labeling. Famous blue and white Hellmann's label gets applied with precision. And here's a fun fact. The blue ribbon on the label, it means it's the best of the best. After that, each jar gets its batch number for quality control. It's like the final stamp of mayo approval before heading out to the shelves. Just like that, your jar of Hellmann's mayo is sealed, labeled, and ready to bring creamy joy to your next sandwich. Okay, so the mayo is looking creamy and delicious. But before it hits the shelves, it has to go through quality control. And trust us, this isn't just a quick glance over. Every jar gets the full VIP treatment. First, the mayo goes through a bacteria check to make sure it's totally safe to eat. No creepy crawlies allowed. It's like the mayo gets a clean bill of health before it's given the green light. But it's not just about safety. Texture and flavor are up for a thorough inspection too. Quality control techs put their taste buds to work, making sure each batch is as creamy as it should be, with just the right amount of tangy kick from the vinegar. They check the vinegar's acidity, the saltiness, and other key ingredients to make sure every jar is perfect. Hellmann's is serious about keeping things consistent, so you can always count on getting the same high-quality mayo, whether you're in New York or New Zealand. Once it passes all the checks, the mayo's ready for its next big adventure. Head out to the shelves. You might not think of mayo as eco-friendly, but it's actually working hard to be both tasty and planet-friendly. First up, mayo makers are all about sustainable ingredients. That means sourcing eggs and oils from farms that treat animals right and take care of the earth. No guilt trips here, just creamy goodness. The oil in your mayo, whether it's soybean, canola, or sunflower, comes from farms that use smart, eco-friendly methods to save water and keep the soil healthy. So every squeeze is a little greener. And those mayo jars, they're getting a green makeover too. More companies are using recyclable packaging to keep waste down, so you can recycle your jar while enjoying your sandwich guilt-free. Lastly, factories are stepping up their game by cutting down on energy use and waste. Some are even using solar panels and wind energy. All in all, the mayo industry is working hard to make your favorite spread as green as it is creamy. So next time you spread mayo on your sandwich, remember, it's not just tasty, it's trying to save the planet one jar at a time. And there you have it. Everything you've ever wanted to know, and probably some things you didn't, about Hellmann's mayonnaise. From its fascinating history to the high-tech process that makes it all happen, mayo is more than just a tasty spread. It's a true food adventure. Thanks for joining the mayo journey with us. Stay curious, stay creamy, and spread the word, or the mayo. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tasty tidbits. See you next time.